network got a bit shaky, and that's why I just decided to end that one and come up here, do an horizontal live stream so that I can discuss something that one of you asked in the comment section from the last video. So if you join the live, please don't forget the rules of the live. Always tell us your name. Don't forget to hit the like button. And most importantly, let me know your questions so that I can answer them live. That's the beauty of life because we get to interact. So I want to talk about the question that Tolu asked. It says Tolu Lokwe Ibitoye. The question asks is, I have a question for you, Princess Anu. If I finish my SPL and get a type rating, so if it finishes SPL, SPL means student pilot license, right? And get a type rating. I have an NCA license. Can I work with a US or an European airline and be based overseas? Or I have to come back to flying school? Or can NCA license be converted? Hi, welcome, Dave. Or can NCA license be converted to an EASA or FAA license? I think he asked more. And is it necessary? Sorry for the long question. The question is not long. I am also in your shoes. When I say I'm also in your shoes, I've also thought about that, and these are part of the things that I hope to do. So I will break your question down in bits. Hi, welcome. Hi, quick question. When building hours towards airline jobs, I see most people flight instruct at flight schools to build hours, but on most airline websites, they ask for for a minimum of 1.5. Yeah, they ask for a minimum of 1.5 because I think because of insurance and all that, but also that's what majority of airlines ask for, and most people can get a job immediately after flight school, or maybe they fly Cessna, they do bush flying and all of that. They go and instruct. So while instructing, they'll get their 1.5 hours and they'll be able to apply to the airlines. That's what happens. So let me quickly talk about this question I just read. First of all, if you finish your SPL, when you stop having an SPL when you have a PPL. So once you start your flight training and you get a PPL, which is a private pilot license, the SPL is pushed out of the way. So now you have your private pilot license. So when you hold your private pilot license, you will move over to getting a commercial pilot license. So when you get a commercial pilot license, and let's say it's in Nigeria you got it, which you have an NCA license. Hi, I have a member in the house. Person says, sorry, my voice is low. I am so sorry about that. I think I need to come closer because I'm not using a mic. Hi, Joy Ifunaya, welcome. Rules of the live stream, we leave a thumbs up. A thumbs up, very, very tell us your name. So thank you for dropping a comment and telling us your name. That's so nice of you. I think I need to turn the lights on, yes, and I need to retouch on. Yeah. So as I was saying, oh my god, don't tell me I missed this question. Coming, I want to get that question back. Okay, so first things first is, like I was saying, when you now get an NCA license, what will happen is that before you can go work in, let's say, the US or in Europe, you need to get an EASA license. And every country has their own requirements. Like for FAA, you need to write the exams again. So it's not really going to be like you're starting afresh, but you have to write the CPL exams again. So the ones you've written in Nigeria is not going to count. You have to do the exams all over again and now do a bit of flying attached to the exams. That is the only way you can be issued an EASA license or an FAA license. And you have to pay for a type rating. So most of the time what people do is that if they are going to get a type rating, so they go write maybe most people don't go and do the CPL all over again. Most people do an ATP. So an airline transport pilot license, that's when they've gotten like 1,500 hours, they go get an ATP, and they now put their FAA as an, like they convert their license with an ATP. So I don't know if you get me. So for Tolu, your question is that you cannot just go to Europe, or you cannot just go to the US to start flying with your Nigerian license per se. Like, I mean working, because if you're going for SIM and all that, you can fly in the US. Like last time I went for SIM, obviously I flew in the US, but you cannot do that. Like go and get a job without an FAA license. You need an FAA license to be able to get a job. Then if you have to go back to flight school, kind of, you have to go back to flying school, or you have to go back to a training center, anyone you want to call it, to be able to do that. Okay, I can see some other questions. What will you advise? What will you give one of, if he or she is in university third year but still wants to go to aviation, standard pilot course with besides? I will say, if you're in your third year, please finish up. But while you are finishing up, do well to apply flight schools, and also do well to, yes, schools. Also look for scholarships or sponsorships if you are really going to be needing that. But if money is not your problem, just apply to flight school, so you know that the moment you are leaving from the university, you are going straight to flight school. Oh, my legs hurt. Oh. That's because I'm sitting in a particular position and talking to you guys. Okay. Um, I've seen one more member. Wow. She boom do 117. I would like to know your real name. Thank you for being a member of Princess Anu TV. I'm sharing the love. So, let me check your question. I was so excited that you remember, and I didn't check your question. So calm down. SB37 just resume. So till next year. No, don't say that. Don't say SB37. No, because the processes, you don't know when the processes are going to start. You don't know who is going to be in government to say, let us take in another class. And that's one thing. The way government works is different from the way private parastatal work. Somebody can come now as a minister of aviation and say, let us take 5 more sets. They can say, oh, we are going to train some in Kaduna, we are going to train some in Kano, we are going to send some to South Africa for training. You are not the school. You don't know what they have in mind. You are not this thing. So allow people through the process. Let time tell. But don't wait and say, oh, you're waiting, blah, 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 and all that. No, no, no. Don't wait. Let time tell itself. Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. Okay. Um, okay, I can see more persons are joining. Thank you. But my smile will be larger if I can see more likes. I can see more people are here, and the likes are not even equating to the people that are here. Coins. Okay, okay, okay. Please, 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 like. Would you advise me to go to NYC when I graduate before going to flight school? It depends on which one happens first, but NYC is usually not a problem if you are in Nigeria. Don't tell them that I said that. But that's the truth. If you're in Nigeria, because flying is not like an everyday thing, right? Flying is not like an everyday thing, so it's something you can work out. So So if you have more questions, please ask them. I'm here for you. I'm in 200 level. I'm a 200 level student in university. Is it possible to combine flying and university? Yes, it is possible. Yes, yes. In fact, now I'm saying yes so confidently because I've seen someone that have done it. I've seen people that have done it. So you can do it. Let me get my nursing pillow and put that in my bag. If you have questions, ask your questions. So let me say, when is the next registration starting? They always put out their stuffs online. That's if you want to go to NCAT. But I usually tell people, why just restrict yourself to one particular place when you can also explore other places? Like explore other countries, explore other places. Which aviation school can someone enter if they want to get a degree? Nigeria. Okay, except you want to do the ND, HND, then you can go to NCAT. You can also go to AFIT, but you get to then. Uh, that one I'm not so sure. True, but it's unlikely since there are current three sets in the school, presently 35, 36, 37. 37 routes last year, January, so they had to resume it because of spacing. Oh wow, thank you so much for the information. I applied to Liberty University Aviation School in the US, Virginia, and the training is for 4 years with a college degree. That's nice. With a college degree, do you think following part 141 is advisable? Yes, if that's what, if you want an FAA license and you want to work in the US, I think you should go for it. If you guys can hear me, let me know. If you want to work in the US and you want an FAA license, fantastic. I think you should go for it. Oh, thank you. Thank you for letting. What's your question? Let me know. Let me know. So actually, uh, if you are keeping up with your emails and if you're keeping up with your emails, you most likely not miss anything. So, and again, I always advise people to have somebody in the school they are applying just for information purposes. They can tell you, they might not know everything. That's the funny thing. Someone can be in the school and might not know everything happening in the school, but at least you can get like a quick idea from them, like what's going on. If you're just joining, I'm giving you peace in, not peace out. Do well to like. Oh my god, we have lots of people here. Oh my god, I'm so happy. Like, Sunday Chit Chat's officially back. So please a um, do well to put the notification bell on so that anytime, every time, you can always chat on Sundays like this. Oh, I got some more likes. Thank you. I'm trying to see like if there are comments I've not answered from the last video, but I think there are. So what I'm going to do is I don't want to boggle too much answers in one video so that people sometimes if you say go watch this, they're like, oh, it's too long. Sometimes I think of what's the best thing I can do now to drop the answers. Okay, I think I know what I'll do. I'll just give you guys some music while I check for the questions. Okay, someone is asking a very important question. If it's possible for him to apply with his BSc instead of O level. My suggestion, I always say, except your BSc is asked, because what you're coming to do doesn't really have much to do with your BSc. Your BSc is asked, yes, you can talk about it, you can show it, but the basic requirement is always O level. If you bring BSc into the whole equation, you might complicate things, and this is what I mean by complicating things. Like if you talk about it in your interview, okay, they say, okay, you have a BSc in um, me, I did animal and environmental biology, so let me just say animal technology. When you get to your interview, they start asking you questions about animal technology, and maybe, just maybe, you have forgotten a bit. It will now look like you don't know what you're doing, and you don't want that. You personally do not want that because they'll ask you, instead of them asking you, trying to be nice, ask you basic stuff, they're going to ask you big stuff. And I don't know, it's just like trying to complicate your interview more, or like, I really don't know. You know, when you have a candidate that is over qualified. So at this time, I started this live stream at 15, correction, 1700, which is 5 o'clock Nigerian time. And I hope to always do these live streams at 5 o'clock Nigerian time. Do also leave your notification bells on. And this is already 7 minutes past 6 o'clock. I will be ending this live stream now. Okay, I can see more people are still chatting. the comment section, which is beautiful. I love that. But at this point, I'd just like to give a quick shout out to the members of this channel and also everyone that has joined me on this live stream. The members, Chibum Duo, and which other member joined me on this live stream? I can't see their name. Join me. Thank you so much. Big Seat. Thank you. I am Heart Rob. I don't know your real name. Thank you, Joy Ifnaya. I have lots of advice for you concerning sponsorship, but we've already come to the end of this live stream, so we can't go any further. I am sorry. Funny me. I am so sorry. I've come to the end of this live stream. Yeah. Okay. And Soup Gems. Thank you. Modesty Ayuba, thank you. Maybe in the next live stream we'll talk deeper on your stuff, how to go about your sponsorships, scholarships, grants. You have to be smart about it. I even read an email from someone telling me he just got sponsorship from his state. Let me look for that email so I can show you my thing. Somebody, when I was going through my messages, the person was thanking me for the fact that he used my guidance. I'm just so happy when people get scholarships and sponsorships. It's like a big relief to them, to their families. So I am like the number one fan of push for scholarships, push for sponsorships. If you can get it, get it. I think, get it. So at this time, I just want to say thank you to everyone that joined me. Except you guys just want to hear music. At this point, I am calling it a wrap. So for every time you're gonna have like 1 hour, all things being equal, so 1 hour. So if you come late, you're gonna miss out. So until we see again.